Hello and welcome to thesixaxis.com. I'm Stefan, this is Diego, and for you today we've got a brand new games console to look at, which is if you look behind him, it's the PlayStation 5 Pro. Sony has sent this out to us for the purposes of a review, and so that is going to allow us to dive in with all of the various video games comparisons with the original PlayStation. We've got higher resolutions, we've got higher frame rates, we've got better and improved ray tracing, and we've also got PSSR upscaling. And we're going to be looking at all of this, how much of a difference it really makes, and the value that it gives you over the coming days. But for today, because we've literally just received this on launch day, we're going to be diving in quickly with an unboxing and a little comparison with the original PlayStation 5 hardware. So without much further ado, let's dive in. Alright, so first things first, obviously we have to open up these papery, stickery seals, which are nice and not plastic anymore, which is a really good thing that Sony has done of late. And then we can get to the actual box itself. Which is always quite a bit trickier to get out of the outer box than maybe it should be. So now we have the outer box removed and we've got to the inner box, where we'll find a power cable, not sure what this is yet. Oh, these might be the horizontal stands, the stabilizing bits. Got the HDMI. We've got a USB-C to USB-C cable as well. Then of course we have a brand new DualSense controller, which will always be lovely. The thumbsticks won't have worn down yet, and everything that gives you, which we all know from the original PlayStation 5. So now it's telling me to put it on its side and then to remove these. So I will be very good and I will do that as I'm told. So that comes out. And then out comes the PS5 Pro. Okie dokie. Right. Alright, so now let's actually unwrap this. And it's just a wraparound protective cover, which is always nice. It's tucked in quite tightly. And this now is the PS5 Pro. And one thing that you'll immediately notice is that you can just leave it on its side like that. You can stand it on its end, and that's pretty steady, to be fair. That's pretty steady. But as with the original PlayStation 5 and with the PS5 Slim, that's not a flat bottom to it, and it's not going to be the most stable console in the world. And so Sony has come up with two different stand options. You don't have the big chunky circular base, as we did with the original PS5, and that allowed the console to be both vertical and horizontal. Instead, we have these two little feet, one for the front, one for the back. You're going to go in like that, and you're going to go in like that. Oh, it's going to snap. It's going to snap in? No, okay. So that then is intended to make this console much steadier. It's still on 3 points. This is something that, for some reason, Sony is so obsessed with having 3 points for stability ever since the original PlayStation 4, instead of just a flat base. I don't understand it. It's more stylish when it's upright, but it's such a silly thing that Sony like to do. The other option though is of course the separate vertical stand now. So let's get this unboxed as well. So that is the PS5 Pro. Of course, this is a digital-only console. It's only available digital only, but if we pop this cover off, which I'm not going to do because I'm not 100% certain of the particular mounting points, if we pop that off, then there is a little socket which you can plug in a disk drive, which is the exact same disk drive as is used with the PS5 Slim. On the front here, you've got two USB-C ports. I believe that only one of them is actually the super speed port that you need in order to run PlayStation VR 2. And then around the back, we've got two USB-A ports, which you'll want to use for your disk drive, for your hard drives and external storage, and maybe just like a long-range charging cable. You've got a LAN port, that's gigabit LAN, gigabit Ethernet, and you've got a HDMI port, which is for connecting to your televisions. And obviously down here, then you've got the two-pronged, the figure 8 connection for power. All right, and so here is the PS5 Pro alongside the OG, the original PlayStation 5 model. And as you can see, they're pretty much the same height now, but the depth of the PS5 Pro is quite significantly reduced. That's actually really quite impressive given just how much extra power is coming out of the GPU and stuff like that. We'll turn it around to the front and we should see that actually, yes, this is also a little bit skinnier in the central profile. Obviously, this doesn't have the disk drive, this one does, but yeah, that central channel is a little bit skinnier here. And so, yeah, this is a much more compact system. I think I'm really quite impressed with that. And so there you have it, the PlayStation 5 Pro. We will, as I've already said, now start diving into all of the gameplay comparisons, the graphics, the PSSR, the ray tracing, all of this as much as we can. We will have a bunch of roundups. I think one of the first ones that I really want to do is like all of the racing games that are affected with F1 24, the Crew Motorsport, and I'm forgetting the third one right now, but we'll have something along those lines. We'll look at all of the first-party PlayStation games and a bunch of third-party ones as well. So make sure that you like, subscribe, check the like button, all of the bell button, everything like that on YouTube, as we always ask you to do. It always really helps, and then you'll get notified for when we have these videos going live. And so with that, I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.